If you've ever lost someone close to you, you've probably noticed how the world seems to keep moving, but inside, everything feels like it's frozen in time. You wake up like you always have, you look around the room and everything looks the same, and yet something inside you knows that life as you knew it no longer exists. If you're in the first few weeks after a loss and quietly wondering, what am I supposed to do now? How do I survive this? Then this conversation is for you. Today, I'm going to walk you through what can actually help during the first 30 days of grief. Not in theory, not eventually, but in the middle of the shock, the fog, and the emotional freefall. In this video, I'll explain what your mind and your body are doing, why everything feels so unstable, and I'll share some practical ways you can begin supporting yourself through this season so it doesn't feel quite so overwhelming. But before we go any further, I want you to know that I've created a set of free grief journaling pages specifically for the first 30 days after a loss. They're designed to help stabilize your emotions, reduce overwhelm, and gently support your nervous system while everything feels upside down. You can download them using the link in the description. And I'd encourage you to have them handy as you watch this video. I'm Eddie Traughber. I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist, and for over 30 years, I've walked with people through the hardest and most disorienting chapters of grief. And through that time, the question I hear most often during this early stage of grief isn't about the future. Instead, it's how do I survive this? What most people don't realize is that the first month of grief isn't primarily emotional, it's neurological. Your nervous system's just been hit by a reality that your brain can't really integrate yet. The brain's threat centers light up, stress hormones surge, memory processing becomes fragmented, sleep cycles destabilize, appetites change, and your sense of time starts to distort. That foggy, unreal, disconnected feeling so many people describe isn't something going wrong with you. Instead, it's your nervous system trying to keep you alive through an experience that it doesn't understand yet. Your body is constantly scanning the environment, asking one question: is it safe enough for me to keep going? And when that answer feels uncertain, the nervous system stays in survival mode. And while you're in survival mode, your brain doesn't prioritize growth or clarity or long term thinking. It simply prioritizes staying upright. How do I keep going and functioning? So when people ask, what should I be doing right now? The answer isn't productivity, it isn't emotional control, and it isn't pushing yourself to feel better. The real goal of the first 30 days is stabilization. One of the most important shifts during this stage is lowering the demands on yourself and your life. Your nervous system can't process ordinary life at ordinary speed while it's carrying extraordinary pain. That means fewer commitments, fewer conversations, fewer decisions, less pressure to respond or perform or explain. And this isn't giving up on life, it's giving your system the conditions it needs to survive. When pressure stays high, the nervous system stays trapped in threat mode, and healing can't begin while the body believes it's in danger. At the same time, stabilization doesn't mean chaos. Your system still needs gentle structure. Grief strips away predictability, so your nervous system needs it reintroduced in very small ways. One way you can do this is by anchoring your days with only a few small rhythms. Eat something even if you don't feel hungry. Drink water even if thirst feels distant. Open the curtains in the morning. Step outside once a day and go to bed roughly at the same time each night. These aren't habits for self-improvement, they're biological signals of safety. Along with structure, there's another powerful way to protect yourself and your energy. It's a stabilizer most people don't realize they can use in early grief called containment. Grief doesn't arrive in neat emotional waves, it often spills over into every moment of the day. And when the nervous system feels flooded, it starts to shut down things or spin out of control. Containment gives your system a boundary for the pain. Here's how it works. Choose a specific time of day, even if it's just for 10 minutes, and tell yourself, during this window, I'm allowed to fully feel whatever comes up. Sit somewhere safe and private and let your body relax. and let the thoughts, the tears, the memories, whatever shows up to just show up. And when time is up, gently say to yourself, I'm going to carry this again tomorrow, but for now, I'm going to set it down. You're not denying the grief when you do that. You're teaching your nervous system that the pain has a place and a boundary, and that boundary reduces emotional overload, and it helps your body recover enough energy to make it through the rest of the day. This isn't about control, it's about pacing. Another stabilizer in early grief is quiet connection. Not deep conversations with other people, not explanations, not emotional performance, but simply being near someone who feels steady helps to regulate the nervous system. The human brain calms in the presence of another regulated brain. Silence with safe people often does more for the heart than words ever could. There's also an internal pressure many people don't talk about. The pressure to be doing this better, the pressure to feel differently, the pressure to match some invisible timeline. People judge their own reactions. They criticize their emotional swings, and they compare their grief to what other people are experiencing or going through. That inner pressure becomes a second wound layered on top of the grief. What helps is permission. Permission to cry, permission to feel numb, permission to rest, permission to not know what comes next. This is where faith becomes something quiet and steady. Scripture tells us in Psalm 55, verse 22, cast your burdens on the Lord and he will sustain you. That promise matters because your mind can't carry complex theology when your system's overwhelmed. What it can carry is the sense that you're allowed to set some of the weight down and that you're being held while you do. Another passage, Psalm 62, verse 8, pour out your heart before him. God is a refuge for us. That verse doesn't try to clean up all the pain. It invites honesty. It gives you somewhere safe to put what's too heavy to carry alone. And it quietly reminds you that refuge doesn't require you to be strong. It only requires you to be present. You see, God doesn't meet you at the end of your grief when everything makes sense. He meets you inside the confusion of it. If this season in life feels heavier than you expected, that isn't failure. It's love showing its depth. Some moments you're going to feel are unbearable. Some hours are going to just crawl by, and some days will just blur together. And yet, you'll keep breathing, you'll keep standing, and you'll keep moving through. For now, your only assignment is today. If this video helped you, I'd encourage you to watch my video on grief triggers next. It can help you understand why certain moments hit so hard and how to steady yourself when they do. You'll see it linked in the description. And don't forget to download your free journaling worksheets to help support you through this early stage of grief. You don't have to carry this perfectly. You're learning how to carry this, and that matters more than you realize. See you next time.